Hey guys, happy day 10 of Catechism in a year. I can't believe we're already here. Oh my goodness. I'll probably give this section a few days before I make a full video, but I wanted to let y'all know just how excited I am to learn about Apostolic Tradition through the Catechism, because I know this is one of those places I'm going to constantly run into my Protestant Southern Baptist upbringing. It's going to challenge me to the nth degree, but I am ready for it. Father Mike said today, we wouldn't have sacred scripture without sacred tradition. That is an uncomfortable statement for me, for someone who grew up on sola scriptura, whether I knew that's what I was learning or not. But I had to wrestle this uncomfortable thought long before I explored the world of Catholicism, and it was a Protestant scholar who is extremely dedicated to church history who brought it to my attention. I will leave the link to the 2-hour-long explanation of how the Bible came to be for anyone who has way too much time on their hands. I know my mind is going to constantly run to scripture, and there is nothing wrong with that. But because I want the proper backdrop to apply what I'm getting ready to learn, I've started making this graphic to help myself visualize the role of apostolic tradition in the progression of the biblical story and eventual compilation of the biblical text. This is kind of a rough draft, but I'm working on it. See, it's so easy to think Jesus, apostles, Bible, like bam, there you go. That's all you need. As a Protestant, I know that's easy for me to think, but it's probably not uncommon to have that sort of thought process as a Catholic as well. But there's so much more to the story. And I love this story so much. I want to know it. I want to understand how the truth was preserved from the apostles to when the New Testament canon was closed. Whew, I'm pumped. I'm excited if you can't tell. So I wanted to touch on one more thing Father Mike said today at the end of episode 10. He mentions passing the baton, that he wants to be able to receive that baton and pass it on. And he says if tradition is a relay race, something to the effect of like divine revelation is the baton or scripture is the baton. And this reminds me of a personal experience I had when I ran track in high school. I can't remember the official name of the relay race, but it's the one where it's just one lap around the track before people run it. So it's one person, 100 meters, and it's like one person is taking 1/4 of the lap around the track. It's a super fast race, but I was the third leg of this race, and I'm finishing my stretch, and I hand the baton to the fastest girl on our team, and everything is looking really good for us. But as she grabbed the baton, she turned around to run, and she slides into the wrong lane. So she finishes the race. She wins the race according to her time, but she was in the wrong lane. We were disqualified because we didn't quite get it right. But the baton still made it to the finish line, ready for the next race. Sometimes, so many times, we, the humans responsible for the baton, we mess up. We see that throughout our history. But the truth remains. The baton gets passed on. God has made and makes sure of that. I wanted to touch on that because I think both Protestants and Catholics can both agree that one way or another, God makes sure the truth gets to the next generation. And well, I'm looking forward to learning more about how apostolic tradition is the way Catholicism describes that process. Man, I'm excited. That's all I have for today. I will see y'all next time.